you could learn a lot about any given society many times by its architecture. Okay? If you look at old houses, let's start with America. If you look at old houses from, let's say, the Queen Anne's, Victorian houses, and so on and so forth, you would see very interesting features to those houses. A lot of houses, a lot of them, have porches. A lot of the houses have windows that are extremely low. Excuse me, for example, my house, the windows are very low. And the reason why it was made like that, so you could sit in your house and you could see the street. If you go to modern houses, if you sit, you don't really reach the window. The window is, you can't see. You have to stand up. The interior design of the houses has changed dramatically together with that. In Israel as well. In Israel, if you go to old moshavim or to small communities, so you would find what they call what in Israel they call bayit shel pam, houses like they used to make. And what's unique about these houses? What's unique about this house is the same thing. They're usually 3 steps, because they didn't dig it. That was a necessity. There was a necessity. There was a necessity to build houses. So they didn't have time to dig. So they built a house a little bit over the ground. They would make 3 steps. Usually there was a small porch up front. Something like here. There was a small porch up front. And let me talk to you a little bit about the porch. And those porches, it was basically an indication that the house starts from the outside. The house starts from the porch. Those porches in the summer or when it was hot, they would have fruits or something on the tables. The kids would play out in the front yard. And there would be a tree. Many times, what I'm telling you, what I'm describing to you basically is my grandfather's house. But not only my grandfather's house, because most of the houses were like that. They had a guava tree, sometimes a loquat tree, maybe a citrus tree somewhere. It was those typical trifecta of trees that they planted in Israel at the time. It's amazing for me to think that my grandfather's house, they used to have 4 loquat trees. They used to yield so many pounds of loquat for years. Maybe 40 years after my grandfather bought the house. And I go here to Chinatown to buy, sometimes it's $7 for half a pound. I used to have them like a shower of loquats. They're delicious. They're not kumquats, loquats. They're very good. In Chinese it's called pipa, like the guitar that they play. So the kids would, the kids would, you take a break, you go over there to the porch, you grab something, you eat. They would have a lemonade, and you come in, you drink, and sometimes you wouldn't make it, so you had a little faucet. You put your hand like this and drink from the faucet outside. The adults many times in the afternoon would sit on the porch, and they would talk and they would discuss, and some neighbor would walk down the street, and you would wave to each other. And it was good to be seen. When you walked into the house, usually it was a very simple configuration where the living room was always at the front. And it says a lot about us, what we become. Today, it's not like this. There's no porches. When they build a new house, those houses they build around you here, there are no porches around. Nobody sits outside. We don't want to be seen. We don't want to see what's going on out. We always are inside. The living rooms change. Now they're not in the front anymore. They're further in the center of the house. or to the side. We're not welcoming anymore. We don't want people to see us anymore. No, we want to see anybody. We want to come home, go to our houses, close the door, have nothing to do with anybody. And the same thing happens with shuls. Shuls are designed the same way. Unfortunately today, most shuls are not designed by Jews. You know, I have Chinese architecture. There's nothing wrong about them as architectures, but they don't understand the culture of the shul. So they create beautiful architectural designs, but horrible shuls. But look at what happened to us as people. It's not that we became lonely and people don't care about us anymore. We also don't care about anybody. It's not that people made us lonely. We made ourselves lonely. If you sit on the porch, I made my business, especially in the summer, I love to sit on my front porch, especially on Shabbat, with my kids, and we talk and we just chill out. Just chilling out on the porch. I like to see what's going on. What do I have a porch for? I mean, they made it for a reason. You want to sit outside in the AC, inside on the AC all the time? Let me sit outside a little bit. It's nice. It's okay. I don't have to be. Guys, you should watch the series the shiur that we did about being serious. I don't need to be serious. I can sit outside, very fine. So on Shabbat, after davening, after I eat my meal, it's okay to sit with my family. I don't have to pretend. It's okay for me, and I'm telling you, it's okay for me to spend time with my family. I don't have to be around a book anymore, all the time, to always be seen as I am learning and so on. So my kids will say, listen, my father was busy with the books all the time. He never had the 5 minutes to speak with me. So it's okay to sit outside on the porch. I sit outside on the porch, and if it's a very hot summer day, I'll tell you what, a very cold beer goes very well. And I'm talking to my kids. And I'm talking to my family. And do you know how much Torah we speak during that time? I'm having conversation with my kids, and sometimes I go back because the conversation becomes too intense for me. The boys are arguing with the girls, and they're talking, and it's okay. And I see people, and I make sure to tell people, I'm very obnoxious. I can tell you this. I'm very obnoxious. People walk like this, so I see them. They see me on the porch, right? I'm like the guard there, all along the watchtower. So I'm sitting there. I see the people. So right away, let's say they see me. They made eye contact. Let's say sitting where Yeshua is, right? They made eye contact. So now they're coming towards the house. They're going like this. And they walk. Why? You know why? Because they become very vulnerable. That's them. Good Shabbos. Oh, good Shabbos. What's the problem? You can't say good Shabbos while I'm sitting outside like a redneck. Guess what? I don't care. Shabbat Shalom. Even people across the street. Shabbat Shalom. You know what's interesting to me? Those who are less religious will be willing to wave and say Shabbat Shalom louder than those who are very religious. And I don't know, but it bothers me very much. I don't care who it is. Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom. A Jew is a Jew. Shabbat Shalom. What a wonderful bracha is to say somebody Shabbat Shalom. What a wonderful thing to say. Say good Shabbos, say Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Alegre, Ken Save, I don't care. Whatever you want to say. But we are not welcoming. But we complain about how cold everybody is. We're complaining how we don't feel we don't chevra anymore. We complain about this. We complain about that. And you know what happens if somebody doesn't answer me? That's why I told you I'm obnoxious. Say, excuse me, somebody said Shabbat Shalom, you should answer. You're right. Somebody took the whatever it is to greet you. to acknowledge your existence, you insignificant person that you are. Somebody acknowledge your existence. At least you should have the gratitude to acknowledge his existence as well, and to thank him that he blessed you with a Shabbat Shalom. But as I said in my previous lecture, you're too serious. You're just too darn serious. You can't even be nice anymore. And you know what, guys? In Tefillah also, I wish we could sing, find that place in our neshama to sing in Tefillah. Not because it's a Red Army choir. It's because we want to express ourselves. I feel like singing. Yes, I know sometimes they get a little weird, those Kali Bach Minyanim. But you know, which was very interesting, slowly, they start nice, but slowly, they go either all the way to the left and they have a woman rabbi, or they go all to the right, they start putting black hats, and then they lose. Oh, now we got to be, it's a serious minyan. What do you mean a serious minyan? Everybody's stiff there? I don't want serious minyan. I want a minyan. I want an alive minyan. I don't want people to talk. I want people to go out of shul and say, Shalom Aleichem, Shabbat Shalom. To go with the minyan with a smile on their faces. Not to go with the minyan and say, oh, thank God this thing is over. So I don't want to see anybody anymore. Do you understand what I'm trying to tell you? And it starts with our society. We are a part of society, whether we like to acknowledge that or not. Whether you're Hasidish and you have peot down to your belly button. Whether you wear a Srugi kippah or you wear a big Bukhari kippah, whether you put your socks inside your pants or you go with the AC/DC t-shirt. Those things don't make a difference. You should be able to say hi. That doesn't make you isolated. You're part of society. And whatever happens in society, we as Jews, regardless of we are all susceptible to that. We don't live in a spiritual oxygen tent. But we could change things by being more hospitable, but reaching out to people. You walk in the street, make it your business. In New York, it's a big disease. New Yorkers are again, they're too serious, being stupid. We can't say good morning to somebody. You say good morning, they feel like, what? What are you talking to me? Say good morning. Smile to a person. When we finish here today, go outside. I want you to do me a bit of a favor. Experiment. You're not from New York, so you know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay. You're from California, right? You're from California. Say, hey, good morning, have a nice day. How you doing today? In New York, say, what? You know, I know you from somewhere. Look at the mailman, right? Now he sees us from the other side of the street. Hey, how you doing, buddy? Why? Because every day, hey, how you doing? It's a nice day. You know, talk to the person. He delivers your mail. Say, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. How are you feeling today? Would you like something to drink? Every guy that brings something to my house, UPS guy, Federal Express, I said, how are you today? I'm okay, this, that. You have anything, you want something cold to drink? Oh, no, I'm fine, thank you. That's okay, I'll give it. No, it's fine. Next day he comes to me, how are you? With a smile on their faces. Why not? I mean, aren't there people? You pay more attention and give more affection to your poodle than you do to a fellow human. I'm not even talking to a fellow Jew, to a fellow human. I don't know about you, but for me, there's something wrong with it. And we as Jews should know better. We all know, that's the problem, we all know Masechet Avot by heart. but we don't know it in the heart. Have magdim shalom lechol adam. What does it mean? Have magdim shalom lechol adam. Every person that comes, you have to say first, shalom. Good morning. How are you? You'll know it by heart. You could regurgitate what this Mepharish said, or that Mepharish says, what he says, and what's his explanation, or what's the contradiction, or what's the stira, and what this, or what that. What are you doing there? Kung fu with your hands? But you don't know what it means because you haven't practiced that. So what good does it do to you? So I want you to go out today, and every person you see, Jew, Gentile, white, black, green, rainbow, look, make eye contact. Say, hey, good morning. How are you today? Maybe it'll be hard for you to say, how are you today? Acknowledge, good morning. Shake your head. Say, look in the eye. Say, good morning. You'll be surprised. I mean, after all, you're such control freaks, right? So take the initiative. Control the situation. Acknowledge the person. Say hello. Say hi. You'll be surprised how many smiles you might get throughout the day and how many smiles you're going to get throughout the week. I have on the way to Yeshiva, in my house, in the middle of the block, there is a guy. He's a Marine. He's an old Marine. He's an old guy. Well, once a Marine, always a Marine. He's a Korean veteran. So I always talk to him. I see him outside. I say, yeah, good morning, good morning, good morning. So I talk to him. We talk about army. We talk about, so on and so forth. We used to have there was a guy which I bought my car from. He was a captain of a destroyer. So we always talk, I was the Air Force. He's and we talked. Every Shabbat, sometimes he sits with his wife in the screen porch. I look and say, good morning, because I don't greet him with Shabbat Shalom, because, You know what he tells me every Shabbat? Him and now his wife. Have a holy Shabbos. Shabbos. The guy's Irish. You know why? You acknowledge a person's existence. You want to be acknowledged? Start acknowledging other people. You want to be important? Start realizing everybody else is just as important as you. Sometimes even more. Shabbat Shalom.